putting this video here to help as many people as possible with the intention to help as many people as possible. Okay. Money is not your problem. You don't have a money problem. I know it might seem as if you have a money problem, but you don't have a money problem. But I will tell you the problem that you do have, right? You have a you problem. You have a mindset problem. You have a belief problem. And you're losing a spiritual war. What does this mean? Let's talk about it, okay? So, money will flee you because you obsess over it, because you worship it. For me, growing up, I really didn't fully understand what it meant when people say don't worship money. And you're like, I'm not praying to money. I'm not praying to money. I'm not sitting here like worshiping it, bowing down to it. I'm not doing those things, right? However, you think money will solve all your problems. And even when people say money can't solve all your problems, you still are like, well, it's going to solve all the major ones that's stressing me out. Like, you can't even, you think that money is the key to the biggest problems you have in your life and not God. You got money over God, that when you get into a jam, the first thing you think about is how you going to get some money. Not not thanking the Lord for the things that you have, not asking the Lord for mercy, not asking the Lord for grace, not apologizing for your sins and asking for God to show you a way. The first thing you do is you turn to money for the answer. You cannot serve two gods. You cannot serve mammon and God. Can't worship money and say that you worship God when you're looking for money as if it's the key to your salvation. You know. Now this and let me say this before I go further, that I'm not a pastor, apostle, or anything like that. I am a God-fearing man. And these are lessons that God has shown me through my journey. I'm about to be 29 years old in a couple weeks, and I've been a serial entrepreneur the entire time. And I've learned so much about myself, about just building a relationship with God, about money, about entrepreneurship, about business, about this mindset. And I'm telling you guys that money is not the answer. So when I say that you don't have a money problem, what you have is a problem within yourself. You have a spiritual problem, right? That you are living through your flesh so much that you don't even realize how compromised you are, right? So the first thing is stop worshiping money. Now, I'm not telling you to not get money, right? Because a big part of what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to add value. We're supposed to, now, when I say you are valuable already, but what I mean is about adding value. I mean about sharing yourself with the world, sharing your gifts with the world, because there are things that you can do that others struggle with. There's information that you have, there's gifts you have, and so forth. And you will receive this. You will receive, you know, compensation through money, right? Because that's just what comes with it. Money is a tool. It is a tool. It is something for you to multiply your efforts. It is for you to it is a fruit, but it's not something to worship. It's not something to worship. See, the people that worship money, and this is why people say, oh, this person sold their soul for money. Because they're willing to do whatever for money, but they're not willing to do whatever for God, right? And I'm assuming if you made it this far that you are a God-fearing individual as well, right? Because I'm not here to appeal to anyone who doesn't even see the base of what I'm saying. It's not important to me, right? That's a completely different journey that you have to go on in a completely different video. But what I'm saying is you have to check yourself and make sure that you you actually are focusing on something bigger, something greater than money. Invest in your relationship with God, and all of your problems will be solved. Not on your time, on God's time. And God will start to provide you with insight on how to use your gifts, on what your gifts are, on what your purpose is. And God will start to give you direction on how to use these things. And He will, I'm telling you that any plan you have for yourself is not better than the plan God created you for. So you need to tap in with your Creator to understand why you're here. You know, because you could be using, it's like the story with that I heard Pastor Steve Furtick um speak at Elevation Church, and he was saying that he was on this airplane when the iPad came out, and this guy was like, oh man, you're not even using that iPad to its full capability. And he was like, well, he's thinking like, well, what's the full capability of this? Sometimes you don't even know, right? And the irony of it is God is looking down at you like you're not even using yourself. You're not even using you for your full capability. You don't even know what I made you for. And here you are degrading yourself, disrespecting yourself, right? That's want you guys to be understanding of that you have a spiritual problem. You are living through your flesh. You have a mindset problem. You keep on trying to solve this money problem, but you have to dig deeper than that. You are neglecting yourself. You are neglecting your relationship with God. You're neglecting your Creator, and therefore now you're worshiping money and trying to figure out how you can make more money. You know. And here's the thing: I'm not saying that everybody who's wealthy is a God-fearing individual, because see, the enemy would try to bless you as well. The enemy just isn't as good at it. Not good at it at all, actually. That's why you see a lot of these people that you could tell that aren't God-fearing individuals, and they become wealthy, and then it crumbles on them. It crumbles on them. They lose their mind or whatever. They lose their sanity. You have sold your soul. You have lost your spot in heaven because you've sold your soul for something that God has already promised you. You just have to be obedient. That's the thing. God has promised all of us the desires, like what we desire, right? But there's going to be an obstacle in front of that you have to get past. And the obstacle is always you. It is always your flesh. It is always those things that do not allow you to be who God has created you to be, right? When you're able to overcome yourself, become obedient to God, you will receive everything that you want. And in reality, you will want these things because a good man will leave an inheritance for his children's children. But the main thing that you actually want is just to serve God and be obedient, to build a better relationship with God. That's what you really actually want. Now you have responsibilities and duties as a man that's living to take care of and things like that, and it will be taken care of. God will bless you. God will bless you. And when you start making money and this money starts to come in, you can't don't switch on God. Don't stay focused on the mission that God has you on. Stay focused on the plan that God has you on. That's how it will multiply. That's how it will multiply.